Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going to really quickly send this over to my VIP group. If you are not a Couture designer and you love to be in the VIP group, comment VIP below. I know I'm a little bit early compared to what I have been. If you're catching this live, you'll see the live rectangle. If you're catching this on replay, just go ahead and put hashtag replay. Is anybody else excited that this month is almost over? This year has been a crazy year. So today is 12 days of Christmas lives. We're going to do an ink project. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the ink projects, but if you are new and you have not seen ink, it's super awesome. So I have inside this super cute little green pillowcase, I have my sticky mat, that's my ink mat, and I have the Santa transfer. I know he's smaller than what I could put on this, but I am making some pillows for my couch, and I love this green pillowcase, and it's just one that I've had floating around. You can use, obviously, one of our pillowcases, or you can use a pillowcase that you bought from somewhere else, and you can ink. So we are going to do that with candy apple, and we're going to do that all on this. As you notice, there is no fuzzing cloth because you do not fuzz when it comes to ink. I'm going to show you guys how to heat set this as well. I'm just going to speed up the process. You want to let this sit 24 to 48 hours and let it air dry, and then you will want to heat set. But we're going to speed up the process, and I'm going to show you guys how to heat set as well. So we're going to move this down real quick. On the back is all your care instructions. It tells you everything you need to know. That's why you want to keep your packaging. You want to keep your back receipt because this is reusable 8 to 12 times, sometimes more, depending on how you take care of them. But 8 to 12 is what chalk says. As always, I write on the back. I am going to call this one, let's see, what is this one actually called? This is Holly Jolly Santa. So we're going to write that on the back. This, I saw this done on a bag. I saw this done on a shirt. Super, super cute. So we are going to get started. I hope you all are having a fabulous day. I hope you're warm wherever you are, or cool if it's warm where you're at. So I'm just going to kind of center this as best as I can. I am going to put this on my couch. I change out my pillows for the seasons. I don't know if anybody else does that. I do. I never used to. I'm not going to lie. I never used to do that until I became a Couture designer, and it became so easy to do so. So I've always been like, okay, fine, I'll just do that. So you just want to push it down. You want to make sure that there are no bumps in it. Okay, so the mat is sticky. You can hear it is sticky. Now to clean that mat, you're going to want to use a disinfectant wipe, and I will show you guys that little trick too. So this is our ink. It's the same color as our paste. The difference with ink and paste is our ink is semi-permanent. It will not be permanent until you heat set it. If you do not heat set it, then you could actually wash it out, potentially. But I'm not 100% sure that it will. So you want to start just off that silk screen. You're going to pull it right toward you. And you want to go in only one direction because it will bleed if you don't. We obviously don't want that to happen. So one of the great things about our ink is that it being semi-permanent and it has to be heat set, you can work a lot slower with our inks than you do with our paste. So if you're wanting to get the technique down, a small ink project might be what you would like to try. And we have tons of textiles that you can choose from. Or you can do this on a t-shirt, you can do this on a banner, you can do this on a pillowcase, like we're doing here. You can do it on a bag. Maybe you want to make cute Santa bags for the holidays. you absolutely can do that. You just want to go, make sure you got all that silkscreen covered. And we're just going to go over top of everything, pulling it through. You don't want any lines, of course. You want to make sure that there is no lines. You're just going to kind of go over top of everything and cover that silk screen. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I will answer them. Sometimes I can see comments, guys, sometimes I can't. It just depends on what Facebook wants to do. So I just kind of go with it. I answer them at the end. Of course, I will put a cart link on how to get all these goodies that we're using here today. However, this is a found surface, but we do have pillowcases and textiles like that as well. So I can add those in and you guys can just take them away if you don't want to use that. Or maybe you already have an idea on a project. If you place an order with $25 or more, you will get a free transfer. At least that's what was still available this morning. Now, I'm not sure if it's still available because it was limited time and limited supplies. And the transfer is absolutely adorable. It's from the movie Elf. And so it's super cute. All right, I'm going to pull out a paste tray because I want to sit my squeegee on that. I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to make sure I have nothing on my fingers because I don't want to transfer anything. I'm going to pull this up. And there's our Holly Jolly Santa. Now I have it on my fingers. But it does clean right off. Okay. So to speed up the process, I am going to use my quick dry tool. Now, I don't recommend doing this for too long because of that mat that's underneath there. So I don't recommend you do that for too long. I'm looking for my disinfectant wipes and I think I need them. So you guys will just be patient with me. I'll get those in just a second and I'll show you how to clean. So what you could also do is if you didn't want to just leave this, you could put like little ornaments. So you could take some of our minis and put them on and around it just to kind of add and fill in if that's what you want to do. Absolutely can do that. Make it unique to you and your decor. I like it the way it looks right now, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And I think I'm going to do the snowman as well because the snowman's got this writing and stuff like that behind him as well. And I think that would look super cool. So these spots are a little bit thicker. I'm going to go over them a little bit more. Just to kind of give it a little bit of a dryness there. And then I'll pull the mat out. And what the mat does is it prevents, first of all, from the pillow, from a pillowcase or whatever you're doing from moving. But it also will prevent it from beading. Okay? So I'm going to pull this up. You can see that it's sticky. You can hear it. I'm going to pull this out. I don't want it to touch itself, so I'm trying to be extremely careful. It's like, no, I don't want to come out. Add it out. Now I've got to try and pull it out there. Okay. We got this. I'm just going to back up a little bit. And this is reusable as well, the mat. Now, it's still sticky, so I don't really need to clean it, but I'm going to show you guys how to clean it, okay? So give me just a second. I'm going to go grab my disinfectant wipes. Let me clean that. Grab those. Hold on just a second, guys. All right. So I'm going to use the disinfectant wipe that I just grabbed. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to clean that. Let's move this off to the side just for a second. Let's see here for just a second. Okay. So you're going to go over top of it with your disinfectant wipe. Okay. You can see that there is dye from the ink and stuff on here. It just comes right off. And if it doesn't, the stickiness will come back. It's not a big deal. It's just mainly cleaning all the lint off. So what you're going to do is, while it's still a little damp, we're going to grab our plastic that goes back over top of it, and we're going to put that on. Kind of like you do with your backer sheet, with your transfers if they're slightly damp. And then that will be good for another use. We're going to sit this down right here. We are going to really heat set it now. I'll dry it. Okay. And then I'm going to show you guys really quick. I got to plug in my Cricut Easy Press. I'll show you guys that in just a second. I'm looking for my long plug in. And you think I could find it? No. So like this, I want to make sure it's not tacky. Okay, you want to make sure that the ink doesn't have any tackiness to it, because it'll come off if you heat set. Hold on just a second, guys. It's a little tacky. Definitely one of the reasons why you let it 24 to 48 hours. We're just speeding this up so you guys can see it in real time. I don't ever recommend anybody do this, but this is what I'm going to do to show you guys. I'm going to leave this sitting here, let it sit here for just a second while I go and grab my stuff. Just hold on. Over here. Alright. Plugging my Cricut Easy Press in. Making sure there's nothing around it that's going to warm up, because I don't want anything like that to happen. Turning that on. Now when you do a Cricut Easy Press, it's 330 for 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds another. Using parchment paper as a barrier. Let me grab the parchment paper. Okay. Sorry about that. So I buy the parchment paper that's already kind of cut. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. So, where is my mat? I don't want that. There it is. Okay. Alright. So, I've got my Cricut Easy Press heating up. I'm going to sit this on this mat right here. And I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to move this up just a little so I can show you guys. Okay. So, I take a piece of parchment paper. You want to use parchment paper. Do not use wax paper. Wax paper will ruin your project, and I don't want to see that happen. We're just going to kind of dry this while this is heating up. It's at 170. If you're doing this with an iron, you do 4 minutes one side, 4 minutes the other. Medium heat. Do not use steam, because steam will wash it off. You don't want that to happen. Okay. So you're going to heat set the top with the parchment paper. And then you're going to turn it inside out. If you're doing a banner, obviously it would be the back side. And you would lay the parchment paper back down and heat set it. With a Cricut Easy Press, if you have one, it's 330, the temp, for 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds another. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and buy a Cricut Easy Press, guys. I'm just saying if you already have one, that's how you would do that. getting close. I'm just going to make sure that this is not tacky. It is going to be shinier, and then it's going to turn into a chalky finish, just like our paste does once you heat set it, okay? Looks great on shirts. I love chalking shirts. That's one of my favorite things to do. And if you were making like a quilt or anything like that, you could totally do this on that as well, and then sew the pieces together. Super cool. Alright, we are almost to 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay your parchment paper down. Okay. You're just going to go right over the top. And we're going to grab the press here. And I'm going to do the 30 seconds, moving it around. You do the same thing with an iron. And you're going to do it for 4 minutes with an iron, 30 seconds with a quick and easy press. And you just want to make sure you're getting all of the whole project, okay? So if you have a bigger project than what your parchment paper will cover, do it in sections, okay? It's not super hard. It's super easy to do it. Let me pull that up. Now we're going to turn this inside out. It is nice and warm. We're going to go inside out with it. Okay. I'm going to... You can see it kind of bled through just ever so slightly. But it's okay. It didn't bleed all the way through because of that knot. I'm going to lay this back down. And I'm going to go over top of it again. Making sure to cover the whole area. This is a fun project for kids even. Obviously, I wouldn't let them do the heat. You could do the heat, but this is a fun project for kids. Chalk is non-toxic, so if you want kids to help maybe give gifts, like my kids used to make gifts for my family every year. We always made gifts and then gave them some gifts that were store-bought, but the kids always made gifts. All right, and that will be it, and it'll be ready. I'm going to put my parchment paper away because I can use this for another project. It will be ready to wash. It will be ready to put out. It's already ready to go, okay? So you don't have to worry about it if it gets dirty or if you have animals and you need to wash it. You can absolutely wash that. See how cute it turned out. It's super cute. I love it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will put a cart link to get all this stuff that we used here today, and you can add to or take away from the cart link. I ask that you please round up with Watts of Love, because Watts of Love is our nonprofit organization that Chalk has teamed up with, and we help give these beautiful solar-powered lights to those who are in poverty. It helps them get out of poverty. Like in Africa, we give them to people here in America who have been displaced by storms. There's so many things that Watts of Love does. Watts of Love is an amazing organization. The woman who started it, Nancy Economo, is super, super awesome person. I've met her multiple times, and I've actually got to stay a couple weekends with her twice, so it's super, super cool. And if you want to find out more about Watts of Love, I will do the Watts of Love link in the description as well, so you can look into that. We have an awesome book. If you're an emotional person, I will tell you, you want to use some Kleenex with that book because it has got some amazing stories that are super emotional. So you guys have a fabulous night. I will see you all here tomorrow for another awesome Couture project, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye, guys.